Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Jacob Silverblade and Happy New Year. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Today I've got a bit of a different deck for you. Well, there's been a lot of decks on the Dark Angels recently. Of course, from all the YouTubers showing them out there. You know, BJ, Ecclesiarch, Long Tim, and I think Aqua as well. They've all been doing a great job. But I haven't seen is a deck which focuses around people who are fairly new to the game and well, you know, just started collecting Dark Angels, and you know, a beginner deck sort of, or people who don't, not necessarily beginners, but people who don't have the full collection yet, because not everybody has a whole bunch of money just to chuck into the game to get 35 packs, open them all up and have all the legendaries. People can play the game. People can get like the premium campaign, for example. That's not that expensive, and you know, that's quite often what I've done so far. If I wanted to get a collection, like my Ultramarines collection, it's not fully complete yet because of the recent cards that came out. But if my Ultramarine collection, I've got the premium campaign for, and so hence that's what I've done to collect my Ultramarines. Not everybody's able to even, you know, have enough to play the premium campaign, and getting the premium campaign doesn't quite get you every single card, doesn't quite get you every single legendary. You know, you still need to work up to get all the other legendaries as well. So that being said, what is a good base point for everybody who doesn't even have the premium campaign to go from to actually able to play Dark Angels? And this is what I recommend. This deck right here, sorry, has no epics, no legendaries in it. And we're going to go through it a little bit. Do apologize. That's the mana curve. What I wanted to show you was actually the I'm really messing this up. Oh dear. Professional streamer. This is the mana curve. This is the actual cards themselves. None of these are legendaries. These are epics. The only one which is Belial himself. It goes over here. He is an epic card, as you can see here. But however, you can quite easily get one epic card. I can show you right now in my campaign, I have no premium. I'm still yet to get premium. And you don't need to get the random chance to get Belial or get it from a pack. What you can do is, if you get enough cards, you can go to the Forge and you can go along and you can get through here. And of course, you get that one epic wild card, which you can use to get Belial. And that's pretty cool actually, because Belial is a very different play style compared to Asmodai. And so hence, this is my recommendation for all new people, is to go along, get the counter attack first, get the epic card, and actually start playing Belial like this with only commons and rares. And if you have a couple of epics, you know, you can use those to supplement in wherever you're lacking maybe one rare, one common sort of card. So this is what I recommend doing. So we have Fury of the Unforgiven. You need some kind of hard removal, even with some of the things I'm going to show you right here. Whereas it is Covert Operation. Even with that, you still need some hard removal. Just able to deal with something which does have like a rally effect, or for example, you're playing against Dark Angels, they might have their own teleport effect, and you really don't want the opponent's teleport effects going off twice. So just destroying the unit is very handy indeed. Next thing, we got Deathwing Strikemaster. We're going to have a couple of Deathwings. We'll have a couple of cards which utilize them. So we got Deathwing Strikemaster, we got the Deathwing Knight, and then we got Deathwing Terminators. These are all the low end of the Deathwing. Not only that, they're also all commons and rares, instead of the I think the 7 energy drop, 9 energy drop, both being epics. Now I wouldn't, in this sort of deck, because you're playing Belial, we're trying to go aggro. We're trying to be the beat down. We're trying to somewhat get a board presence, but also able to buff up our guys a little bit, including the Warlord himself. They're able to punch face and destroy them. We've got multiple wing cons here through the Stubborn Defiance, but the Deathwing and getting all their teleports off is a way to do that. So this is very powerful effects. You got the +1/+1, and we've chosen the cheaper side, even in this deck, to be able to do that. So if you were done an upgrade, for example, I would only recommend, I wouldn't recommend this guy in this deck. It's just too expensive. What you need to get, you can get like one copy of Deathwing Champion, and I wouldn't recommend anything else. So we go back to the deck. So we got Deathwing Terminators. They're very good. They're the cheapest of them. They're most likely to get the teleport off. They're 2 damage to 3 random enemies. These guys are brilliant for aggro. They're most of the time on a punch face, and then they're just the problem to deal with. So you can quite often play these guys on curve, do damage to face, and then attack them the next turn, and that's like just 10 damage for just this one unit, because they can't quite remove the unit because it's only taking 1 damage from each punch face, and without armor 2, it takes quite a bit just to remove him. And if they do remove him, quite often they've sacrificed excuse me, a lot of resources to be able to do that. Next up, we've got things which enable this, so the captains and the chaplain. They're really important for this style of deck. The captains is just actually quite a good stat line with the 5 life and 5 range. The chaplain's not so much, but it's not a bad stat line, and it enables what you get the Deathwing Terminators off. The captains very much enable the Deathwing Knights. These are very good curves, and hopefully you get that Deathwing Strikemaster off with it. Then we have, from the curve, a lot of 3 and a lot of 4 range drops. And this is because with these Deathwing units, you don't really want to mulligan your hand, because you could accidentally draw into these Deathwing units. So what we want is a lot of early game stuff that we can play to not need to mulligan. So we got a lot of some Reivers, we got some Ravenwing Bikers, got some Apothecary. You know, we have the Chaplains also, but Black Knights, very good removal. Company Veterans, these are just what I find best, but quite comfortably the Ravenwing Speeder is like a lot better. So Company Veterans, I really don't mind if you go along and use just aggressors. If you find them better, I don't really mind. If you've got, for example, Sergeant Taman or the Rock, for example, I don't have all the cards, but if you do have this, Sergeant Taman and the Rock, you can very much use those as well. And that gives you good tempo play, so you're never falling behind. You never feel like you have to really mulligan your hand. That's the point. And same with, if we go back, so same with the Chaplain, same with the Ravenwing Speeder. The Ravenwing Speeder really good because they actually have to deal with the Speeder, because he's just using its gender all the time, and you're always constantly able to get damage. It's also the right order of Belial, because it doesn't want to shoot first and leave it alive, and Belial wants to attack it and kill it so you can draw a card. So that's the order you want to do it. I will say you do have to be slightly careful, Belial. Make sure you don't, for example, play Captain and then draw a card. Make sure you draw a card, then play Captain, so you can get the Deathwing order right. Then we have a couple other things. As I said, Covert Operation. I'm going to show you one recorded game, then we'll get into about 2 other games. Covert Operation was absolutely amazing in that recorded game. It was so strong. This is I think a underrated card, particularly in this sort of deck where you're able to get the Deathwings teleport off several times in a row. Maybe you get a simple Ravenwing Apothecary and then you use a Covert Operation, so you get the rally several times off. It can be really quite strong actually. And just because the Deathwing are so survivable, the Covert Operation actually really works quite well. And the final thing is Sacred Standard. This is another thing, it's not mandatory. You could play just another tempo drop instead. I really don't mind that. What I would say is that I think this is also slightly underrated. Giving +1 attack to all your units, particularly in a spammy board deck like this, with Belial's ability to allowing us to do the spam board because of the card draw, as you can see from my curve. But what it does enable is also, weirdly enough, with Belial's abilities to slay. You know, draw multiple cards. Because what it does do, it gives Blast 1. And whenever you kill something with Blast, with Belial, that triggers its slay effect. And I'm hopefully able to show you that a couple of games with that, with the Sacred Standard. So I think it's actually quite good. I think I only have 1 copy. Would I include 2? Probably not. In terms of grading decks, I would say that if you get a lot of the epic cards, a deck more like this would be better. And I'll show you why. It's because Ravenwing really supports it a lot more. So this is where we got Desperate Mission and stuff like that. That allows you to get multiple cards down and then play them down all at the same time. Now, the reason why that's a really good card, but the reason why I don't use it with Death King is because they're so high in cost that it just doesn't support the Deathwing's playstyle. It's sort of counter synergy with it. So I wouldn't recommend that. But if you're playing Ravenwing, where you got like Ravenwing Champion, these are very good free energy drops with their seal creation and all that stuff, then you can get a lot more with, you know, Sergeant Taman stuff. You know, with unlocking all these epics, suddenly Ravenwing become a lot more powerful. Because you've got the Ravenwing Ancient. I'd say that, yeah, it's not Ravenwing per se, but... Oh, hold on. I don't have all of them unlocked. Here we are. One of the things I just straight up don't have is Inner Circle Champion. These guys are very good for Ravenwing style of deck with the Stealth and Vanguard and gaining 2. Ravenwing creates a lot of these points, so you can actually get quite a bit of few secrets with even with Belial. Particularly with Asphodite, but even with Belial you can get quite a few secrets. But he acquires these epics. For example, another epic card is, where is he? Librarian. Librarian's so great. You know, you get a draw stratagem and you create one of these points. That could potentially draw you more into secrets, particularly if you have a lack of stratagems in your deck. You can generate a lot of these things. With Belial card draw innately, it really synergizes quite well, and you're able to use those secrets later on in the game to like really push you ahead and like finish off the game, for example. But what I will say is with Librarian, and you know, like, you have to be going for that Ravenwing sort of style of deck with like Inner Circle, so like Librarian, Inner Circle Champion, but also reason why it's like Ravenwing Ancient, you know, Land Speeder, the so-and-so, the Ravenwing Champion really works with this, and then the Black Knights as well, along with the Ravenwing Bikers. You're getting the idea, and that sort of playstyle really then is able to support the Desperate Mission, because you don't have to play it, but they're so low in cost anyway that majority of the time you can play all that stuff anyway. So if you get a lot of the epics unlocked, this sort of the playstyle suddenly becomes a lot better. And there is a couple of epics for Deathwing, of course these two, which are strong Deathwing units, don't get me wrong. However, you can't reliably play this, even with Asmodai, you can't reliably play either of these guys and get their teleport off. So what you have to do is play Azrael, but then at that point, that's when you're getting into the legendaries. And when you hit legendaries, well, if you were then continue with the Belial deck, that's when things swing back over probably to the Deathwing. So instead of playing a Belial Ravenwing deck where you're going for this aggro sort of tempo play style, where we have finish off maybe with a couple of secrets just because of the sheer amount of card draw that you've got, what you'd end up doing is Inner Circle, it's the only thing which is an epic which supports Deathwing, but also then you're going into some of the other things. So you got Deathwing Champion, which is able to support that. But then you get some of the legendaries. So you get the Deathwing Assault, which is an amazing card anyway, even if you're not playing Deathwing. But if you are playing Deathwing, you also get the teleport effects. And then you also have Master Lazarus. It's Lazarus. There we go, not Lazarus, Lazarus. He's really, really good as well. In combination of things really allow I saw this back to this Deathwing playstyle again, where it's super strong. So that's what I recommend you doing if you get some of the unlocks as well. And it's really then a toss up, because you also have that like Deadly Hunters, which are very powerful, and somehow whether you want to play the Deathwing or whether you want to play the Ravenwing. But they've suddenly become both valid. Of course, with Azrael, if you do get this legendary as well, I'd say Azrael is the strongest Warlord, undoubtedly, in my opinion. And I think its Deathwing potential, just able to get these late game finishes with its constant ability to be able to decide what's on top of its deck, so you can never accidentally draw into one of these guys, can just be so strong. This guy, if you get the teleport off, it's like a Dracnian and a Ravenous Hunger in one card with a big statted body. It does a lot if you get the teleport off, but you have to get the teleport off. But yeah, we'll show you one of the games now from pre-recorded with this deck. It's really cool, it's really fun, and then we'll get into a few games. So here we are. This is the game, and this is a Junith. So Junith, arguably the most powerful Warlord in the game right now. I think there's a very big argument for that. And we just start off with, so this is an ideal hand. We end up getting the ideal good card draw at the beginning. This is why we've got so many 2-drops, like with the Apothecary, the Ravenwing Biker, and the Reiver, is so that we have some sort of tempo play turn 1. 3 punch, because we're definitely to beat down. There's no question inside that. We want to finish this game early if we can. And you're going to see these covert operations being crazy this game. So you've got the Ravenwing Speeder. And we punch there. And we just deal with the tempo threat. It's best to deal with the tempo threat. Yeah, it's going to get like a faith point, which is going to be annoying. But you kind of have to somewhat accept that. Now, what he does is has a really good card. Ashford Ferger, really good combination play. Reducing this by 2, and then suddenly, normally, even being behind, normally this is a massive catch up here. But we maximize the usage of the Apothecary. We punch first, removing the shield of it. It's still alive, importantly, so now we can Covert Operation. And effectively, Covert Operation, it didn't matter whether he cheated that out or played a different unit. We've effectively made him waste his counter attack there, which is super strong. So then we just, you know, keep on shooting, keep on punching. And he can't play Ashford Ferger. He has it in his hand, we know that he has it in his hand now. But he can't play it because he can't cheat it out. So we simply just make him do some stuff. So we go along, we use our ability just to be able to deal with this guy because we had no other way of dealing with it. This guy has been prevented because he doesn't have flank. Shoot there. Bit more quest points, and we just keep up the tempo play. And he does get another faith point. We didn't really care that he went 2 to 3. It's, well, you got to think about it, is that once he gets up to 2, he can then relics, and we sort of had to accept that he was going to get up to 2. So we weren't particularly too bothered by that. So now we're saying, right, we have to deal or kill Ashford Ferger at some point. So we went along, we decided to shoot there. We use hero power, so we can actually defeat him. And then we play the captain. So I did that in slightly wrong order. So we now punch here. What we could have done is punch there first, then shot with so-and-so against Ashford Ferger, then killed it, then play captain. You get the idea. But unfortunately, he has his other legendary as well, which is Rise to Resurrection. It's a crazy ability, and he also has Miraculous Feet. And now he has an invulnerable Ashford Ferger back. But you're going to see here in a moment that we don't care that he made it invulnerable. In fact, we're going to make him waste the fact that he made it invulnerable because he wants to keep it alive. So we punch with here. We shoot there first, heal it up, and then punch there. And then we Covert Operation again. And it's so brilliant. Yeah, we don't get the benefit of rally, so we could have potentially played Apothecary again. But it doesn't really matter at this stage. And it gets around invulnerable. It's the only thing in the game so far which actually gets around invulnerable, which makes it a pretty decent effect. So after redrawing the card again, he decides not to play it. He takes a slight risk here, I suppose, because he's hoping one of the pings will hit the captain, but it does. So I go along and shoot it here, just to get out of the way. Suppose I could have apothecaried first, healed up me, then shot. There was the option. But we heal it up. Yeah, I think actually that's a slight misplay there. We draw a card, and we just have Deathwing Strikemaster. And we decide to play that straight away instead of playing maybe Deathwing Knight, because we don't get that teleport effect off.
Our fire will rain from the skies.
Any beacons of faith? The fact that he has to, feels like he has to use it here before he's able to get the maximum benefit out of it is really good for us. And then he's focusing on healing himself here. So here we get Stubborn Defiance, which is a really nice card right now, because that gets us to a crucial 6 attack with Strikemaster's ability, which means that we're able to kill it straight away. And importantly, we always card draw first. Always. We actually end up generating a secret.
We ride for the lion.
And we deal with this big threat. And then we play this guy.
Cannot run our retribution.
And that's just another use of Stubborn Defiance. It's not just only a lethal range threat, it's also a removal threat. And now he plays Ashford Ferger.
My soul is consecrated to this relic.
So of course he heals up, needs that shield. And he removes the biggest threat he can with the two Sacred Rose Sisters. We end up talking decking this guy, which is brilliant here. Now as the thing goes off, does damage, and then he concedes. Because I'm pretty sure the 7-4, yeah, what I needed to use was hero power there, and I had lethal. So it's a Belial mirror, and here I don't think we replaced anything else but the Deathwing Terminators. That's quite good for us. We now have tempo play. Quite clear line of tempo play.
For the lion, for the emperor. Onward
They did
to the
play this.
objective. Kill everything we encounter.
Which we're probably gonna hopefully able to utilize with Company Veteran. So he goes along, generates a secret in his deck, and he's not punching face. So we are most likely to beat down here. We could have played this Ravenwing instead and get some points. Opted against it because you kind of have to think, when's Reiver going to be useful? So he removes the threat and he plays in a circle. Okay. So I think we just use Company Veterans. And this is why we saved this Grim Efficiency. So that we can hopefully utilize it with Company Veterans. It's not really that great of a counterattack, particularly for this deck. If you get the next one, it is very good here.
Duty compels us forward.
But the idea is hopefully we could have utilized it with that. Now, here, you only do 2 damage. See, this is where I definitely, if I had the other counterattack, I absolutely would. I think I'm just going to play Ravenwing Bikers in this. Play this. And then we'll just play this. Now that... Ouch. It does need to be dealt with. I'm going to shoot it. Excuse me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hopefully at some point we can bring this back. Okay, so we play our own Deathwing.
Come forth and be slaughtered.
And we draw a card here. So we need to get a better card draw, don't we? Master Lazarus.
Stand sentinel for the chapter's honor.
We do have Covert Operation, but we can't play it this turn. Yeah, there's no way of doing something like that, is there? Just thinking about Sacred Standard. So I could play this, play Sacred Standard, but he can only do... What is it, 3 damage over there? I guess I could kill it with Master Lazarus. Kill Master Lazarus with this. but I can't blast kill it. So I think we use this first. Kill that. That's a real shame. Alright, we'll play Captain.
To me, Dark Angels! Victory is at hand!
Now what do we want? We can play this and then also bikes at the same time, so we'll probably do that. Interesting. And he kills it with that, yep.
Come forth and be slaughtered. We ride for the lion!
Nah, well, do we card draw? No, I think better options, more options better.
No mercy! Engage and eliminate!
I don't think we need a hard move for that. I'll do this first. And then we'll play him.
No mercy! Engage and eliminate!
I wonder what he's gonna do now. Black Knights.
We ride for the lion!
Oh, that's big. Ouch. Now, at the end of the day, he does have the legendaries. There's two key legendaries, which I talked about. The greatest deck. So I'm not terribly surprised. Per se. We just got the guy, though. But you would have to attack here to kill him. Like, I don't want... He's most likely going to attack face at the end of the day. Which I don't want him to do. Well, no, play him, I want him to attack over here.
No time to waste.
Thing is, if I hard move, I can't even kill him with my ability. I'm just that one off. See what we get. He does get Vanguard. Yeah, I expected as much. We could play this in theory. I think we've lost here.
We ride for the lion!
Yeah. GG.
Duty alone
GG.
will wash away our shame.
That is the strength of having those cards. Asmodai. So same again, remove that. But this is a pretty good hand here, to be honest.
For the lion, for the emperor.
Nothing can compare to the judgment of the Emperor.
So here, because we're not guaranteed to do so and so, we'll make our counterattack actually useful.
Escapes the Ravenwing.
Get those points. And then start punching face. Because you never know, we could be lucky and generate something. No guarantee, of course. Now, we don't want to play Black Knights here. So we're just gonna play Reiver instead.
Your pleas for mercy will go unheard.
We ride for the lion.
Punch it. Move that guy. And then we play Captain next.
To me, Dark Angels, victory is
Now we
ahead.
can't play him on curve, so I think we just get this. And this gives us a legitimate another option. That's how I see it. Because right now we don't have a 400 drop. It may not be this turn, maybe in a couple of turns time when we actually play it. But the fact that we've got some, because right now we only have 3 energy drops. It would be nice to actually get some 4 energy drops instead, for example. Here, I think we just use Deathwing Terminator.
Never ends. Duty compels us forward.
Just get it down. If we get Covert Operation later, and there's something we, want to send and have to pay for again, for example, and we can use it on Deathwing Terminator. And it can take quite a beating before he actually goes down.
The banner of Caliban shall never falter.
We'll see what we get. Convoke the circle. Not yet. Okay, now. No. Oh, because he inner circled it. Fair. It's one of the strongest things you can do, Asmodai. Cheat it out effectively. Right, let's inner circle. Yeah, we have to use it now. Play you.
Come forth and be slaughtered.
Our loyalty is unwavering.
That's why we play it there. not just straight away. But yeah, that secret I think is quite comfortably the most powerful secret as well. Well, that's why we play the thingies, because there's a chance we could just get it. Not guaranteed, by no means. We're actually pretty lucky to be able to get that out of one eye. But, you know, you play the odds at the end of the day. If you don't generate a secret, you have a 0% chance of getting one. Right, so we play Chaplain here.
The lion watches us all. Fight with honor.
We got multiple things, so I think we play Captain instead. Play this.
Only death follows in our wake.
And then we go for this. Maximize the damage output. I don't think he can get lethal here. Unless he secrets off. If he secrets off, which he has been generating all game in all fairness. Oh, he could do. He could have the secret. He didn't need to punch Chaplain here. But oh well.
The chase is over. Now the blade falls.
Yep. I think we get you down here.
We ride for the lion.
See what a captain can generate.
Dark angels, victory is at hand.
I think we have to do Deathwing Strikemaster. Now, well, if he has the land, if he has the thingy, he kills me anyway, no matter what I do. Let's think about Repulsor. And if he has the Repulsor, he kills me. Even if I didn't punch there. Tech Marine.
The chapter's engines will not falter under my watch.
Okay, that's 7. Well, I think we're playing you instead now. You should punch face.
Duty
Yep.
compels us forward.
There we go. Non-legendary Dark Angels deck. This is a good starting hand. Chaplain Captain, very powerful. And in fact, I would Infinity... Oh no, it isn't Jane's R, it's so and so. Do I really want to? If I had the other one, which is reduced cost of troops, I would. I think we do Infinity Circuit here. Because reducing the cost of troops mean that we can play those Deathwing units earlier.
For the lion, for the emperor.
The hour of blood and clashing blades has come.
So we don't want these guys. Because even next turn we can't play it. We are done do that. We are going aggro here.
Surround them, strangle them like the serpent.
Okay. So we see what we draw first. Wait. Go over here. That's unfortunate. We play you now.
To me, Dark Angels,
And this is where we
victory
can
is
go
at hand.
Deathwing Terminator. And that's why we go for the extra energy boost. As I say, if we had the other counterattack to reduce cost of troops by 1 instead of that just being extra energy, I think I'd prefer that because they've got stratagems, which we don't particularly have. Stratagems which we want, which is high in cost. Keltok does. Got Reclaim the Stars. So we have to, like, you know, not. So we do this.
The hunt never ends. Duty compels us forward.
Yeah, all this wouldn't be possible without so-and-so, so hence I wanted to do it straight away with that extra energy. But now we have the weird blue effect. I don't know what causes this, but it... I think the Deathwing does it, actually. Where it's constantly always blue. Yes! Covert Operations, that's pretty nice.
No mercy. Engage and eliminate.
Particularly right now. Don't think it's meant to be blue all the time.
I am the bloodied blade of Cain. Light dims, yet our hope is.
And now I can range attack it, yep. So we can send it back in theory. But it can't, the Deathwing Terminator can't kill it by itself. Would have to send something back. I quite like the idea of sending this back, because then we're removing buffs.
No time to waste.
They can quite easily remove this. Or can they? Yeah, they're getting to the range where you can. I think what we do first, punch here. Might as well benefit from card draw. So yeah, we can play these and then get the Deathwing, or play you and get the Deathwing. Punch face, Covert Operation. And that 2NG card, make some wasted stones. Use more stones.
Spirits, heed my words and rise.
Yeah, he doesn't get the bonus here. So we want to use that straight away. So I think we just use bikers and then do this.
No one escapes the Ravenwing.
And then we just kill it. Oh, that's such a shame. Oh well. Oh well. It does make you think maybe I shouldn't draw a card. I can't play it. Yeah, he's using that now to have to hard move all that effectively. I don't think he would concede here. This isn't a win for me, guaranteed. I think this is a disconnect. Maybe it is going to concede. Ah, oh well. Anyway, GG. GG, mate. And there we have it. What I will say is that I did go on a bit of a losing streak, so you can definitely get unlucky with this deck, where you just draw into the Deathwings. For example, you mulligan your hand and you mulligan some Deathwings away, and you end up getting more Deathwings. So you just place a Deathwing for Deathwings, and then you just top deck Deathwings before you're able to play your Chaplain and your Captain. That whole thing. That can happen. Let's not deny that possibility. It can happen. However, typically, most of the time, like I'd say 90% of the time, that doesn't happen, and you do get good, good results with Asmodai. Of course, if you get some of the cards like Inner Circle that really support it, and you get some of the legendaries like Master Lazarus or Deathwing Assault, that will really also support this deck. Hope you all enjoy, and see you next time.